हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजिनीवती दीनामित्रयवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम्। अस्य श्रीरुद्राध्याय प्रश्नमहामन्त्रस्य अघोर ऋषिः अनुष्टुप्-छन्दः संकर्षणमूर्तिस्वरूपो योऽसावादित्यः परमपुरुषस्य एष रुद्रो देवता नमः शिवायेति बीजम् शिवतरायेति शक्तिः महादेवायेति कीलकम् श्रीसाम्ब सदाशिवप्रसाद सिद्ध्यर्थे जपे विनियोगः। ॐ नमः शम्भवे च अग्निहोत्रात्मने अङ्गुष्ठाभ्यां नमः मयो भवे च दर्शपूर्णमासात्मने तर्जनीभ्यां नमः नमः शङ्कराय च चातुर्मास्यात्मने मध्यमाभ्यां नमः मयस्कराय च निरूढपशुबन्धात्मने अनामिकाभ्यां नमः नमः शिवाय च ज्योतिष्ठोमात्मने कनिष्ठिकाभ्यां नमः शिवतराय च सर्वकृत्वात्मने करतलकरपृष्ठाभ्यां नमः च अग्निहोत्रात्मने हृदयाय नमः मयो भवे च दर्शपूर्णमासात्मने शिरसे स्वाहा नमः शङ्कराय च चातुर्मास्यात्मने शिखायै वशक मयस्कराय च निरूढपशुबन्धात्मने कवचाय हुम् नमः शिवाय च ज्योतिष्ठोमात्मने नेत्रत्रयाय औषट शिवतराय च सर्वकृत्वात्मने अस्त्राय पट भूर्भुवस्वरोम् इति निबन्धः ध्यानम् शुद्धस्फटिकसङ्काशम् शुद्धविद्याप्रदायकम् शुद्धम् पूर्णम् चिदानन्दम् सदा शिवमहं भजे आपादारणभस्तलान्तभुवनब्रह्माण्डमाविस्फुरत् ज्योतिस्फाटिकलिङ्गमौलिविलसत् पूर्णेन्दुवान्तामृतैः अस्तोकाप्लुतमेकमीशमनिशम् रुद्रानुवाकाञ्जपन् ध्याये दीप्सितसिद्धये ध्रुवपदम् विप्रोऽभिषिञ्चे शिवम् ब्रह्माण्डव्याप्तदेहमसिषा भासमाना भुजङ्गैः कण्ठे कालाकबद्धाक्षशिखलाश्चन्द्रकोदण्डहस्ताः त्रयक्षा रुद्राक्षमाला प्रणतभयहरा शाम्भवा मूर्तिभेदा Rudram Shri Rudra Sukta Prakatita Vibhavana Prayachantu Saukyam. Om Bhagavate Rudraya. Om Namaste Rudramanyavabhutota Ishave Namaha. Namaste Astu Dhanvane Bahubhyamudate Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. Om Namaste Rudramanyavabhutota Ishave Namaha. Namaste Astu Dhanvane Bahubhyamudate Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Sri Sai Ram. Last week we were contemplating on the meaning of Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. What is Bhagavate mean? Light, effulgence. In Shirdi Sai Ashtotram, there is that mantra. Yes? How many of you connected to that? Did you ever connect? When you said Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya, there is Om Sri Sai Bhagavate Namaha. What's the next mantra? Bhaktavatsalaaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhagavate Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhaktavatsalaaya Namaha. Now, this Bhagavate Rudraya. Now, how many of you remember all the meanings of Rudra? Please raise your hand. Okay, yeah. He's waiting. Without book. Without book, oh, yeah, what? One who makes you suffer, like Shekhar uncle. Okay. The one who destroys all suffering, yes. One who is the end note of the music, yeah. The source of everything. Excellent. Good job. Did he forget anything? This question is for adults because they don't even remember that. So, now, did he forget anything? The one who destroys the root cause of suffering. No, you said the one who destroys suffering. The one who does not destroy suffering. The one who causes suffering and the one who destroys the root cause of suffering. Right? What's the example for that? Yeah. Doctor. Example more. Okay, now what's the example I gave last time?
So when the doctor gives like a shot,
yeah,
it hurts.
It hurts.
So like that causes suffering, and then like.
What shot? Specific, more shot.
Vaccination.
Ah, vaccination, yes.
And like when they do perform surgeries, they help cure like illnesses and like.
Yeah, but once you get a shot of vaccination, it hurts for 2 days. So the doctor makes you suffer with the vaccination shot. But you will never suffer from the disease later. The one who eliminates the root cause of suffering. Now we said the most important meaning is the root of everything. How do you remember the root? What is the example I talked about the root? What's the example I talked about? That he is the root of everything. Yes? No? You don't remember? Nobody remembers. Your chance is over. Any other girl? I talked about the root. He is the root of all the gods. And for that I gave an example. Do you guys go back and watch the class again? Anybody who goes back and watches the class again? Okay, good. One person, two people. Now others are remembering that they also watch now. When I ask the question, how come you raise your hand immediately? After somebody raises, then you, oh, something he asked looks like relevant to me, huh?
No, it's not you're asking kids.
Okay. Now, question is, I gave an example of, he is the root of all the divine energies. Yes. What's the example I talked about?
I think Earth.
Huh?
Earth.
Earth. What about earth? Yeah.
Like how you like water, like.
How you like water the roots of the tree. You don't water the fruits. What do you water? Roots. And once the water goes into the roots, it goes into all the plant. Nobody goes and waters the fruit, right? Or the flowers. But what do you eat? Do you eat the roots? What do you eat? The fruits, yeah. Generally trees, I am talking about trees. You also eat leaves also. It's a different story. I am talking about trees, right? What do you eat from the tree? The fruit. But you don't eat the root. But do you water the root or the fruit? Root. That doesn't make sense, no? Does it make sense? It does. No, it doesn't. If I say yes, if I say no, what are you talking about? Yeah. So he is the root of everything means, he is the root of everything means, he is the source of all the energies. Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya, the divine effulgence, that is the source of everything. Yes, so far so good. Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya means the divine effulgence, that is the source of everything. Now, it's very beautiful. You have now pay attention to me. The next mantra is, now chant the mantra. Namaste Manyava
Bhutota Ishave Namaha. Namaste Astu Dhanvane Bahubhyam Utate Namaha.
Nobody is saying dhanvane bahubhyam utate namaha. I said so many times you have to pronounce those bhya, dhya, dhanvane. You can't say namaste astu dhanvane. No, meaning is not the same. Bahubhyam utate, meaning is not the same. You have to say bahubhyam, bahubhyam. Namaste Rudra. Now next mantra is, now see how many namas are there in that mantra? The mantra that you just chanted, how many namas are there? Now everybody is counting, yeah. 4. Namaste Rudra Manyava Utota Ishave Namaha. Namaste Astu Dhanvane Bahubhyamutate Namaha. Namaste Namaha. Yes? 4 namastes are there. Nama is there. Now what is this Namaha? From the word Nama came Namaz. What is Namaz? Prayer. Who calls it Namaz? Muslims. Yeah. From the word Nama came Namaz. Namaste. How many of you remember? How many of you attended the Ganapati Atharva class? Raise your hand. Yeah, good bunch of you. Now, we talked about Namaste. How does Ganapati Atharva start? Namaste Ganapataye. Namaste. Namaste Rudra. Here also Namaste. How many of you remember Namaste meaning when I talked about Ganapati Atharva? Yes, Hari.
Like
That means like what?
you and I are one.
You and I are one. Okay, that's one meaning. Yes. Did you attend Ganapati?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something when you put your hands together.
Can you speak loud? You can't hear you in the back.
It's when you put like when you take this symbol and
Yeah.
one part and another part are coming together.
Yeah.
And forming together.
Okay. What else? Who else remembers what? Namaste. Now adults. How many of you remember namaste, what I explained? Reflection, yes. How did it come to reflection? So who is saying namaste? Namaste, Ganapataye. Who is saying namaste? The reflection. Yes. How many of you remember? Tell more, elaborate on the reflection.
So, looking at mirror, so when you say you're the reflection, and that is why you're addressing in that way. It's I am your reflection.
I am your reflection. Namaste. Old class notes are there? Oh yeah. He had this book, and so he went back and he looked. At least I am happy that he went back and looked, because many people is going like this, coming out like this. Nothing is sticking inside. Going, coming, because it's like Purana Kalakshepam. Beautiful Purana Kalakshepam. This is not Purana Kalakshepam. Yeah? I told you so many times, this is not entertainment, though it may sound like that. This is serious study of yourself. Study of yourself. What's going on? Namaste. I am your reflection. Namaste Ganapataye. Namaha means not me. I am your reflection. I am not you. You understand? The reflection is not the original object. The reflection is never the original object, right? Isn't it true? Yes or no? Hello? Your reflection is not you. That's very confusing, isn't it? Your reflection is not you, but yet it is you. How is that? Yes, what do you want? Oh, you don't need to raise your hand for that. Please go. Yeah.
So physically it looks like you, but mentally it really, you can't think. You're the one thinking.
Oh, mentally it is not you, but physically it is you. Oh, interesting. Okay. So your reflection is not you, but yet it is you. But it is not really you, because if you take some dirt and you put it on the mirror, do you get dirty?
No.
No. If the mirror is cracked and you look all cracked, are you really cracked?
No.
No. But yet, now question to you, how many of you look at yourself in the mirror every day? For what reason? Huh? To comb yourself, yeah, that's the most important reason. If there are some lucky people who don't even need to do that, yeah. So, so only to comb yourself, yeah? Only to comb yourself. But when you look at yourself, if something is there and you see it in the mirror, do you clean? Yeah, immediately you clean yourself, right? You want to look perfect in the reflection. Your mirror helps you make you look perfect, yeah? Yeah, okay, groom yourself. Okay, that's fine. Very, very important word. So, now, the context of why I'm talking about reflection here is, what does the mirror help you, the reflection help you become? Perfect. Yes, exactly. The mirror helps you and the reflection makes you look perfect. Yes, that's called purity. So the first Anuvakam of Rudram is about purity. From second Anuvakam all the way to the 9th Anuvakam is unity. And from the 10th and 11th Anuvakam it is divinity. The essence of Sri Rudram is purity, unity, divinity. Now therefore when you start a suktam like Ganapati Sirsham, you said, Namaste Ganapataye. Now who is Ganapati?
Master of all senses.
Master of all senses, yes. Now who is Rudra? Source of everything. Now you are saying Namaste Rudra. Means Rudra, I am not you. You are my reflection now. I am your, I am your reflection. I am your reflection. Namaste Rudra. The Rudra is the source of everything. But this reflection is not the source of everything. Is it? It is not. It cannot be. Right? We just went through the thing. Right? Now, that's, yeah, yes.
Why can't you switch a reflection to you so it doesn't unfold? Follow you on a mirror. Whenever you do something.
Don't be funny, Saket. Yeah. Okay, focus. So, the context of Rudra, the source of everything, Namaha Te. I am you, I am not you. You are the source of everything. From the source comes everything. Yes? Source means from which everything came. Now what you are saying? Namaste Rudra Manyava. Now I will tell you the meaning that is written in the books for this first. And then I will also tell you what is the meaning. I said there are three meanings to Veda mantras. Three levels of meanings to Veda mantras. The first level of meaning is how you understand the words, like in the context of a language. It's called literary meaning, literal meaning. Then there is the second meaning called the encrypted meaning. Encrypted meaning. Encrypted is called antarardham. Antarardham means inner meaning. That inner meaning applies to us. Inner meaning applies to us. The outer meaning applies to God. The inner meaning applies to you. Just listen to this carefully. Because as long as you think God is outside, it applies to Him outside. The inner meaning applies to yourself. And then there is a third level of meaning, which is called Paramartham, ultimate meaning. When you connect to that ultimate meaning is even beyond description. It cannot be described by words. It can only be experienced. It cannot be expressed. That's called Paramartham. Paramartham is something that cannot be expressed, but it can be experienced. You can experience yourself. Sometimes you can't even express in words. Like last class I talked about something. What you can experience but you cannot express. Anybody remembers? Love, yes, exactly. Love is something you can show love by giving a greeting card. That's called physically showing the love. There is a love that you feel inside and you are grateful for that. But there is a love that you can't even express. And I also joked about to whom I cannot express the love. So the point of that is, similarly, this what we are talking about, the source of everything, Manyava, Rudra means, now I will tell you the meaning written in books. The meaning, literary meaning written in these books is, manyu means anger. Ishu means arrow. Dhanvane means bow. bAhu means shoulders. So now in this literal meaning, it says salutations to Rudra, to your anger, to your arrows, to your bow, and then to your shoulders. That's the literal meaning of Namaste Rudra. Manyava means anger. Utota means also. Ishave Namaha, salutations to your arrow. Ishu means arrow. Dhanvane, namaste astu dhanvane. Dhanvane means bow. Bahubhyam utate namaha. Bahubhyam, shoulders. Uta means also. Te means to yours. Namaha, salutations. Now what exactly you said in this mantra? Rudra means this guy. Now suddenly, by literal meaning of this, who is Rudra?
The one who is angry.
The one who is
Angry.
angry. And what is he doing?
Carrying
He's carrying
a bow and arrow.
and where? On his shoulders. Now how did you imagine Rudra?
Yeah.
Right? Angry guy. And he is holding this arrow and bows like this. And he's looking at you like this. He said, oh my God, this guy is angry. Now I'm saying, oh, I bow to you, salutations. Come on. Yes? What? No, what did you say? What? Bahubali. Bahubali, where is he carrying bow and arrow? Only carrying lingam on the top. Oh, Bahubali also shooting, Okay. Now suddenly you say, namaste, Bahubali. Utota Ishavya Namaha. Now suddenly we thought this Rudra was this divine effulgence that is all spreading, apatalana, bhastalanta, bhavanat, brahmanda, mavispurata. All this you learned the meaning that it is this divine effulgence in which everything is present, all of a sudden turned into a guy who is so angry, carrying a bow and an arrow and shooting at you, and then you said, I surrender to you, don't shoot me. Right? Is that meaning? Now, what happened to that God love? What happened to God is love? Love is God, live in love. All of a sudden, when I first started, when this happened long time ago, when I first started teaching this Rudram, very first time, God, I don't even remember how long it was, almost 12 years ago. And I read the meaning of this. I wanted to see what the meaning is written in the book. This was the meaning written in the book. I threw the book away. I went and sat in front of Swami. I said, Swami, this Rudram stuff is not for me. I'm sorry, I don't want to learn this Rudram. And then, I told him, what is this? I never see you holding an arrow with a bow and shooting angry at someone. How can this be God? So this should not be this is not the actual meaning of this. Either you tell me the actual meaning of Rudram, otherwise I will not chant Rudram. This stuff is not for me, I told him. Yes? Yes.
Arrows actually represent something besides arrows.
Yeah, that's the question. Now he is now getting it. He's thinking, this is not, do the arrows represent something else other than the actual arrows? That's the question. That's he's asking. So, yeah. Do they represent this? This what? Why you're connecting this to arrows? Huh? No, I'm glad you guys are thinking. Keep thinking, but just listening right now. Don't think. Okay? Right now you have to listen, not think. Okay. What? Okay. So, that night, Swami came in my dream, and that's when he gave me the actual meaning of what the Rudram really represents. He started with the same words I said. Purity.
Unity, divinity.
He said, Bangaru, the essence of Rudram is purity,
Unity, divinity.
Then I said, but what is this stuff, Swami? Who is this Rudra guy? First of all, I not only saw you never angry, I never saw Swami angry in my life. But second of all, I said, even if this Rudra is the Shiva, I never saw a picture of Shiva holding a bow and an arrow. What does Shiva carry with him most of the time? Trishul. Yeah. Have you ever seen Shiva with a bow and an arrow picture? How many of you raised your hand? You did? Where? Bahubali. Where did you see the picture of Shiva? Shiva with a, you saw a picture of Shiva with a bow and an arrow? Okay, that could be Rama. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, just to clarify, Rama is the guy that carries the bow and arrow. Yeah. Okay. So, Swami was so gracious and so kind. And then that's when he told me all the mantras have 3 levels of meaning. And then he started telling me the encrypted meaning. Encrypted means, does ishu means something else? Does the arrow represent something else? Right? Yeah. And Swami said, Rudra means the source of everything, and from the source comes force. Source and force. Forces. From the source come the forces. Now you are wondering, how come from the source come the forces? I talked about a wheel. If you take a wheel and if this wheel is rotating, the wheel is rotating. If the wheel is not rotating, there are no forces in the wheel. Yes? You all understand that? If the wheel is rotating, then only there are forces with the wheel. If the wheel is not rotating, then there are no forces. There are two forces associated with a rotating wheel, at least. What are those forces, Mr. Law? What are the forces associated? Yeah. Centrifugal. Ah, louder. What can centrifugal means? Centrifugal force means what? Going away from
The center.
From the center, yes. Centripetal means force going towards the center. Now you see, very beautifully Swami explained. This whole world is rotating from this source called the Rudra. Rudra is the source of everything, and this whole world is rotating. If you go towards the center, and if you are at the center, I talked about this already, right? Then there are no forces working on you. If you move away from the center, then there is a centrifugal force that is working on you. Yes? And this is exactly what happens with our mind. When our mind is going towards external objects, what all we see is pain, suffering, negativity, everybody is a bad guy. All of that stuff is happening with our mind. Moving away from the center. When it goes towards the center, it unifies. You think more positive. You become more aligned with the source. Now Swami said, the main forces that are coming from the source are three. The first one is called as the force of awareness, or what is also called as manyu. Then there is the force of thought. Force of thought. And then there is the force of action. You are aware of something. When you are aware of something, then you think of that. When you think of that, you act on it. Yes, hello. So far common sense only, no? Yeah. You are understanding? Yeah. So Swami said, Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya, Namaste Rudra Manyava. Manyu means awareness, Jnana Shakti. Manyava Utota
Ishave.
Ishave Namaha. Ishu means
Thoughts.
thought. Why is issue is equal to arrow? Somebody asked, arrow should be something. Yeah. Your thought is just like an arrow. It is as powerful as an arrow. Your thought is as powerful as an arrow. When you think bad of someone, you are hurting them. When you think good about someone, you are healing them. The same thought can hurt or heal. Yes, hello. Children, are you following this? Yes. Now same arrow. You can use the arrow to remove a wound or to create a wound. Yes? If there is something that is extra growth, you can take the arrow with the sharp edge, you can remove it. Like cancer, you can remove it. But at the same time, you can take an arrow and hurt someone. So, ishu means arrow is equal to
Thoughts.
thought. Yeah, not the adults. I want the children. Yes, what do you want?
So there's in Valentine's pictures I saw there's
We're looking at wrong pictures. That arrow is different arrow. Okay. Yeah, it's the same arrow. But the arrow is going through the heart. Right? That's what you're talking about, Valentine's picture? Why you are remembering Valentine's picture suddenly? That's the only arrow you can connect to. Okay. Namaste Rudramanyava Utota Ishave Namaha. Now, what do you require for the arrow to be launched? Bow. What do you require your thought to be launched?
Mind.
Mind. Therefore, the mind is the bow. And what do you require to release the arrow? What do you require?
Body?
Action.
Shoulder.
Shoulders, yeah. You require shoulders or hands to release, right? So now suddenly the meaning of this mantra is now very different. What did I just talk about? What's the meaning of the mantra? Awareness, thought, mind,
Action.
action. Awareness, thought, mind, action. Now this is, who is this meaning applying to?
Yourself.
Yourself. Is it applying to God? No, when you said namaste, Rudram, who is it applying to? The first meaning I explained, I said, anytime you fear God. But unfortunately, to create fear for God, these mantras are explained. If you don't pray to Rudra, he is going to release this arrow and he is going to kill you. Therefore, go to the temple, break a coconut, show this, and then tell Rudra, please don't hurt me but hurt others. There are meanings of the mantras like that later. Please don't use your weapons against me, but against my neighbors. So, what I am trying to say is, this meaning of the Rudram that I am talking about does not apply to just Hindus. Whether it is a Hindu or a Christian or a Musalman or whoever it is, it doesn't really matter. What you are saying is the source. My dear source, I am not you, namaste Rudra. But from you came what?
Awareness.
Awareness. And from that awareness came what?
Thoughts.
Thought. And that thought will be used by my
Mind.
and that then will be released as
Actions.
action through my shoulder. So namaste Rudra manyava utota ishave namaha namaste astu dhanvane bAhu vyamutate namaha. Swami was doing like this. What's the first mantra of the Rudram now?
Cross.
Hello, you're all lost in bliss or what?
Cross.
What is the first meaning of Rudram? First mantra of Rudram is?
Cross.
And who does that mantra belong to?
Christianity.
Why you are all Hindus? Why are you learning this mantra now suddenly? So the cross represents unity of the heart, the head and the hands. That's why it's called unity. That's what is referred to as Trikarana Shuddhi. Trikaranas means the heart, the head, the hands. 3 H's. Swami calls them as 3 H's. What are the 3 H's? First H, children. Heart. Second H. Third H.
Hands.
Okay, now namaste Rudramanyava utota ishave namaha namaste astu dhanvane bAhu vyamutate namaha. So every time you are chanting this mantra, you are doing this. If the source of everything is pure, the source is pure, then your awareness is coming from that source. Your thought will be pure. And if your thought is pure, your mind will be pure. If your mind is pure, your action will be pure. Therefore, the essence of Rudram is purity. Connected? Okay, chant now. Namaste Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. Om Namaste Rudramanyava Bhutota Ishabe Namaha. Namaste Astu Dhanvane bAhu Mutate Namaha.
Now this is what you are going to go through in the next entire. There are 15 mantras in this first chapter are called Anuvagam. This is the first mantra where you actually invoke the source, and from the source what the forces are coming. And this first force is Jnana Shakti, or the source of awareness. Second one is the Ichha Shakti, the source of thought process. and then the mind, and then the Kriya Shakti, the force of action. In essence, a human being is just this, nothing else. You are nothing but a compilation of awareness, thoughts, and action. That's it. Only three things are present in you: heart, head, hands. Three H's. This is the encrypted inner meaning. With every mantra like this, we will go through what is the literal meaning, what is the encrypted meaning. And if after learning this Rudram, I promise you, you will have more awareness of yourself than you ever had before, period. Because every time when you chant these mantras, you are not chanting to appease a god of anger. Why are you chanting these mantras? Hello? For your mom. Why are you chanting these mantras? For the sake of your mom, right? I'm asking you, D. No, why are you chanting these mantras? The one behind. Yeah. For myself? No, for yourself, right? Say for myself. Are you saying for yourself? For myself. For helping us become better. Now, next mantra. Now all these 15 mantras are the purification mantras. How it purifies yourself. Harish, say hello. Namaste Rudra Manyava. What is Manyuda? Now you have to tell me. Now you can't, I can't let you guys forget this. Whenever, because these words are so important now. Whenever the word ishu comes, what is ishu?
Thoughts.
What is it also? Literally, what is it? Arrow. When I say dhanusu, dhanvane. What is dhanusu? bAhu. Yeah. What is it?
Mind.
bAhu.
Shoulders.
What is that?
Action.
That's it. Now once you get these encrypted words, when these words are applied, the next time you hear the word issue, the contextual meaning may change a little bit, but the essence of it will be related to
The thoughts.
issue means
Thoughts.
thought. Okay. Next mantra. Now that you know what these mean, it should be very simple now. Yata ishu.
Yata ishu
Sivatama sivam. Yata ishu Sivatama sivam.
Yata ishu Shivatama Shivam. Yata ishu Shivatama Shivam.
Babhuvate.
Babhuvate. Babhuvate.
Babhuvate.
Babhuvate. Babhuvate.
Dhanuhu.
Dhanuhu. Dhanuhu.
Yata ishu Sivatama sivam. Babhuvate dhanuhu.
Yata ishu Shivatama Shivam. Babhuvate dhanuhu. Yata ishu Shivatama Shivam. Babhuvate dhanuhu.
You have to chant. Okay? Yata ishu Sivatama sivam. Babhuvate dhanuhu.
Yata ishu Shivatama Shivam. Babhuvate dhanuhu. Yata ishu Shivatama Shivam. Babhuvate dhanuhu.
Siva Sharavya.
Shivasaravya, Shivasaravya,
Yatava,
Yatava, Yatava,
Shivasaravya, Yatava,
Shivasaravya, Yatava, Shivasaravya, Yatava.
So when people are chanting so fast, Shivasaravya, right? So they think that Ya belongs to this word. No, this Shivasaravya, Ya Tava, Shivasaravya, Ya Tava.
Shivasaravya, Yatava, Shivasaravya, Yatava,
Tayano,
Tayano, Tayano,
Rudra Mrudaya,
Rudra Mrudaya, Rudra Mrudaya,
Shivasaravya, Yatava, Tayano, Rudra Mrudaya.
Shivasaravya, Yatava, Tayano, Rudra Mrudaya.
Everybody chant this.
Shivasaravya, Yatava, Tayano, Rudra Mrudaya.
Yata Yeshu Shivatama Shivam Babhuvate Dhanuhu Shiva Sharavya Yata Vatayano Rudra Mrudaya.
Yata Yeshu Shivatama Shivam Babhuvate Dhanuhu Shiva Sharavya Yata Vatayano Rudra Mrudaya. Yata Yeshu Shivatama Shivam Babhuvate Dhanuhu Shiva Sharavya Yata Vatayano Rudra Mrudaya.
Then I will, what happened? Yeah, point to her what where the mantras are. You guys should follow the text and chant, please. If you don't chant in front of me, you will miss the opportunity to learn properly. Because when you go home, your parents also are confused, and the confused parent teaching confused child, more confusion will occur. So please make sure you are chanting here, because the clarity of how we need to follow everything is, you are following it, right? You are following it, right? No, you are not. You are not chanting, right? You are not chanting. Okay. One more time.
Yata Yeshu Shivatama Shivam Babhuvate Dhanuhu Shiva Sharavya Yata Vatayano Rudra Mrudaya.
Very good. Now chant from Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. Om Namaste Rudramanyavahuto Ishave Namaha. Namaste Astu Dhanvane Bahubhyamutate Namaha. Yata Yeshu Shivatama Shivam Babhuvate Dhanuhu Shiva Sharavya Yata Vatayano Rudra Mrudaya.
Now I will tell you the literal meaning of it. Yata Ishuhu, this arrow of yours. Ishuhu means arrow. Yata Ishuhu, this arrow of yours. Sivatama Sivam, let it be more positive. Shivam means positive. Shivam means positive. Let this arrow of yours be more positive than positive. Sivatama Shivam. Let it be more positive than positive. Also, Babhuva te dhanuhu. And also your bAhu. Siva saravya ya tava taya no Rudra mridaya. Siva. Now you are saying Siva. It could be addressed as O Siva. Literal meaning of it. O Siva. Saravya. Ya. Saravya means quiver. Quiver in which the arrows are stored. Right? The quiver. You understand quiver? Right? Quiver is the place where the shooter puts the arrows. Saravya ya. Tavataya. Ya means your quiver of yours, O Shiva. Let it give us happiness. Let it not give us unhappiness. Shiva Saravya ya tava taya no Rudra mridaya. No means ours. Let it give us happiness. So the literal meaning of this is, what you are saying is, let this arrows of yours be more positive than positive. Means what? Don't release them, keep them with you. When they are very positive and they are not released. Once released, they are negative. Hello? Isn't it? If a shooter is shooting at you, as long as the bullets are inside the gun, very positive, no problem. The moment the shooter is releasing those bullets, then they are causing harm. Therefore, you are telling this guy called Shiva, oh Shiva, keep those arrows of yours, may they be positive as positive. Keep them in your quiver. Don't release them. And if you don't release them, we are happy. That's what is the literal meaning of it. Now you see, I said ishu means, arrow means,
Thoughts.
dhanusu means,
Mind.
mind. Now we are going to inner meaning. How this meaning applies to you? Shiva, you be a positive person. If you are a positive person, your thoughts are positive. Yes, your thoughts are positive. May your thoughts be more positive than positive. That means only have positive thoughts. Don't have negative thoughts. And by being that positive thoughts, you become Shiva. You are called Shiva if you are positive. If you are negative, you are called Shava. Dead body. A negative is equivalent to a dead body. Because even if they are alive, it doesn't matter to anyone. If a negative person is alive, does it matter to the rest of the people? He or she is like a dead body. If you are a positive person, people look towards you. When you have positive thoughts, and we're saying only have positive thoughts. By becoming thoughts, by those thoughts that are more positive than positive, then who do you become positive? Shiva. And once you are positive and you are the Shiva, your quiver, where all your arrows are stored. What is stored in the quiver now? Thoughts. Only release the thoughts that are positive and give happiness to others. Otherwise, don't even think. Don't have any thoughts. Sairam, are you following? Not following. Powerful, how powerful that statement that they just made. If you don't want to have a positive thought, don't think of anything. But if you want to think only positive. And if you think only positive, then what happens? You give happiness to others. Exactly. If you are a positive person and you have positive thoughts and the only thing you think is positive, then who are you? Happiness to others. And therefore Shiva means positive and giving happiness to others. You understand?
So, I mean, so we said issue is arrow,
Yeah.
and then Saravya is
Quiver.
quiver. So your thoughts are
Stored in the quiver.
But I don't. Is it referring to the thoughts? I mean, so what does the quiver?
What does the quiver mean?
Yeah. The actual
quiver. You know what quiver is, right? The one that looks like this quiver, in which you put the arrows, right? And when you put the arrows in the quiver, in which direction you put?
Reverse. Yeah.
Upside down, no?
Upside down, yeah.
The pointed end is inside, but when you pull, it comes outside, right? So if you want to pull a thought, just pull a thought that is positive means what? If it is not positive, don't think. When you get a thought that you know is not positive, put it back in the quiver. Don't release it. It's very handy now. Yes.
You can't see your thoughts.
You can't see your thoughts because they're in the back. Exactly. You can't see your thoughts, they're in the back. But the moment you're taking a thought out, that means how many of us are even aware that we are getting a thought and that thought should be positive thought? Most of the time we act and we bark at somebody, then we realize, oh, I didn't think about it. Yes? We act and then we think, what is this mantra is saying? Don't even think anything other than positive. That means first you should know that you are getting a thought. First you should know I am getting a thought. The moment you know you are getting a thought, you should be ready. Is that a positive thought or negative thought? If it is a negative thought, put it back in the quiver. Pointed end downwards.
So
Pointed end is downwards. Siva Saramya Ya Tava Tayano Rudra Mrudaya. Now how beautiful. Now you see, has anybody thought that this is what Rudram really means?
So even your instincts have to be like before the thought comes, it has to be positive.
Even before the thought comes, you should know whether it is positive or negative. That's why it's called quiver. Quiver. From the word quiver came query. And from the word query came question. From quiver came query. From query came enquiry, inquiry, question. So question comes from a thought. Question comes from a thought. If you know what a question is, before you know what the question is, you already have an answer. Without an answer, a question does not come. This is something for later. Now, Yata Ishu. Yata Ishuhu. This arrow of yours, or this thought of yours, be what?
Positive.
Sivatama Sivam. More positive than positive. If you substitute now, substitute positive for Siva, substitute thought for arrow, substitute now Babhuvate Dhanuhu, and also your mind. Dhanu, bAhu means the mind. So if you have positive thoughts, what kind of mind you will have?
Positive mind.
Positive mind, of course, right? Of course. What is a mind?
Bundle of
Bundle of thoughts. Just like a cloth is a bundle of
threads.
not thoughts, but thread. Okay. Yeah. Now once you remove this thread, what does it become?
Not, I would say strings.
Does it remain as a cloth?
No.
Okay. All the threads are remained. Then what remains? Threads. What is a thread? Cotton. Yeah, ball of cotton. So similarly, this thought is equal to mind. If the thought is positive, mind is positive. If the mind is positive, your quiver is positive. If your quiver and your thoughts and your mind are all positive, then what do you give to others? Exactly. See, that is Saravya Tavataya No Rudra Mrudaya. Let's chant these two mantras and then we'll have the class next Sunday after. We'll go into the next mantra. Now you see, meditate on this. When you are chanting these mantras, the children connect to the actual meaning that I am telling, the inner meaning of it. Don't think that Rudra means some god of anger, Shiva means that god, Hindu god. No, Shiva doesn't mean a Hindu god. Shiva means, what does Shiva mean? Positive. Every time I say Shiva, you should think positive guy. That's all it is. Right? Now, this beautiful time of what we are chanting now, these times, these mantras have to be applied to our own lives. And these mantras have to be applied to our own values. That's the purpose of this center. I keep on repeating it every time. This is a center for values. Somebody came to my home and said, in Bay Area everybody was talking that Shekharji started a temple. I said, there is no temple here. This is a center. Is there a temple here? Hello? Yeah. If there is a temple, will there be all those other symbols? There won't be other symbols. If there is a temple here, wouldn't there be a priest? If there is a temple here, it would be completely different. This is not a temple, it is a center. And the center is the source. And from the source came? Forces. What are the forces? Awareness.
Thoughts.
Mind and action. And your thought should be? Positive. More positive than positive. Not just positive. More positive than positive. Then your mind will be?
Positive.
If you only have positive thoughts and positive mind, then who will you be?
Happy.
Shiva. Who gives what?
Happiness.
Happiness to others. Shiva means the one who gives happiness to others. Every one of us can be a Shiva. By the way, the word Shiva means male, the word Shiva means female. Shiva Sharavyaya, it said here. So the female be positive. If the female is very positive, the whole house will be positive. I'm looking at them now, they're all looking at me. So this Shiva Sharavyaya means, oh females, please be positive. And therefore the rest of the house will be positive. Okay, let's chant. Om Namo
Bhagavate Rudraya. Om Namaste Rudramanya Bhagavata Ishabe Namaha. Namaste Astu Dhanvane Bahubhyam Utate Namaha. Yata ishu Shivatama Shivam ba'hu dhanuhu. Shiva Sharavyaya Tamanayano Rudra Mridayam.